when you read my book, you will see what a journey it is, because it was mostly a journey, quite a hard one, which, I mean, up and downs, and often quite down. I did escape. First of all, I escaped my reality when I was a teenager, because it was quite horrible, because of the story of my family and the fascism in Germany, and still after the war, it was still a lot of people who were thinking that way. And so I was very depressed. So I did enter into the fashion world, because I thought that is a totally different reality. It's out of any normal daily life. I used it as a form of expression, if I could do it, as far as I was a model. I mean, because a model is not supposed to open the mouth to say, I don't like this, I would do it differently, I would put another hat on. All this is not asked of a model. And so I said, if I go on with this, I do have to have more power. And so I found people who let me do it. And so I had a chance to come out with my ideas. And that made me also known, because all of a sudden, I had the luck to have Mrs. Vreeland, or another one in France from French Vogue. Nobody ever mentioned her, but she was very great. It was Francine Cresson. And she also said, here, take everything and go on the trip and do what you want. And I mean, that was a wonderful thing. Otherwise, I couldn't have stayed so long in fashion. For me, it was like a stage. I could perform and be different characters in the frame of the fashion. But then people come again, and like Steven Meisel, or people would call and say, we would love to do a story for French Vogue or American Vogue. And so they asked me, I said, why not try and see what that's now like. With Vreeland was, that was the best, because she was so open to ideas. I mean, I could call her up in the middle of the night and say, Diana, I have a great idea. And she would say, listen, and then if she liked the idea, she said, wonderful. You can go and get all you need and do it. Antonioni was for me a very special meeting I had in the beginning. I was in London for a job being photographed, and it was at night in a studio, and I see all of a sudden a man standing there, very quiet, for a long time, and always, against the flash. I couldn't really see him well, but I saw the silhouette of a man. And when we were finished, I was introduced to him, and he was saying very little, but this is Michelangelo Antonioni, and I thought, oh my God, that's incredible that he was all the time looking at me. And then, he was looking to get the feeling of London. So he went to different places and studios to see how people work in the fashion. And then I went back to New York, and a week later I got a call from the production, and they said, Mr. Antonioni wants you for his next film. And I thought, how fantastic, I was so happy. Yeah, I moved to Berlin after I had been many years living in New York, because for me it was important to be back to the country where I speak my own language. You miss it after a while, that it's still a foreign language, also if I speak English well. So that was one reason, and there was only one city for me in Europe. That was Berlin. Berlin, I thought there was something fresh and new and not German. I have never been a big follower of fashion. I just, you pick up something or you hear of something, that's an interesting one. Alexander McQueen, when he came into the scene, and I also met him, and then things like this happen. Otherwise, you know, only if I do a project, or otherwise I also I don't really care. It doesn't need, for me it's not something which I'm fashion crazy or something, you know, that I have to know and so on. People follow the things, no.